how to insert a record into database. This tutorial is in fact dependent on the previous tutorials on inserting records. You should go through that before you proceed with this one. Now let me first of all explain the general scheme that we use for deleting a record. If you are not familiar with the EF core, then this will be a bit new for you. To delete a record, we need its primary key ID. So suppose we have its primary key ID available to us. Probably this ID is passed as a parameter to us. So with this ID, what we do in our step 1 is to locate the record, to find the record in our DB set for the table from which we want to delete that record. So suppose we have to delete a product of an ID from a DB set of products. The products table is there in the database and we want to delete a product of ID from the DB set of products. Then what we do is we first locate the product where prod is equal to, and we have the context with us. Let us say we call that context as CTX. We will write CTX dot products. So this gives me the whole collection of products dot find. You can use find async, that is much better with await pattern and all. Find async corresponding to this ID. This is a built-in method that is available to you on EF core namespace that you will see in a moment. The first step is to locate the product in this products DB set, and we write context.products.find async. Once you have this product, then we will mark this product for removal. This is step 1. In this step 2, in the next statement, we will mark this product for removal. So how do we mark? We will write underscore CTX dot products. You can see that we have the DB set again dot and write remove and pass this prod as the parameter to this context dot products dot remove this product. This item now is marked for removal from the products DB set. So first we obtain the product, then we mark that product for removal like this. And the third step is to actually carry on the deletion in the database. For that, what we will write is underscore context dot save changes async or save changes, whichever pattern you use. This will actually cause the final deletion from the database. So these are the three steps of our scheme that you can review. First of all, use the ID to obtain the product from the products collection or the products DB set, and after not collection but the right word is DB set. From the DB set you obtain the product, then you mark that product for removal from that DB set, and finally carry on the save changes async to finally execute the delete statement. Behind the scenes, the delete statement of SQL is carried on for you by EF framework. To explain all this now, I have created a project for you. But before I show the project, let me also give you a brief about how a link button is connected to a handler on the backend. For that, we will use anchor A. Each anchor will need a ID as a parameter for deletion. So we will write ASP-root-ID. This is equal to, now this is the attribute set on anchor, and it is a tag helper. You will see this tag helper on the page that I will show you in a moment. ASP-root-ID is equal to, you pass that parameter whatever it is. That parameter, let us say, is prod.id. Pass that parameter, this is one thing. The second attribute you must set is ASP-page-handler is equal to, this handler is equal to the name of the backend function that will actually cause any name of the anchor and close it here. This is the handler that will actually cause the deletion, and this is a parameter that goes, this is the ID parameter that is received, ID parameter because of this. If the parameter name is not ID, if the parameter name is, let us say, small x, then we would have written ASP-root-small x hyphen, after that is the name of your parameter is equal to the value for that parameter. Now to see all this in action, let us have a look at a project that I have created from the Visual Studio. Then you can have a look at the whole project, how it actually works. Come to the Solution Explorer. I have already created it for you. This is the pages folder, and inside the pages folder we have our index.